Hi, my name is Evelyn, and welcome to the first installment of the From Sprouts to Supper cooking show. So today we're going to make something really simple and actually something that really should be always on hand, which is your own veggie stock. And having your own veggie stock is fantastic because you're saving a lot of money and it's super easy to make. So here's what you need: a large pot, a bowl, a sieve, a spoon, your veggie scraps, a measuring cup, and jars to store it. That's all you need. So let's go over to the stove and start cooking. And basically what I have here are veggie scraps. So my onion peels, my garlic peels, there'll be ends of celery, I have some broccoli ends, anything that's left over that can go in, you use. And you freeze it. That's what we do. We just basically just keep it in the freezer. And if you want to just take a quick look and see, it's all just one big mess. And I tend to use all the veggie scraps that I have to make each batch. So here, as you can see, is the big broccoli. I also use kale ends or stems, any of my greens, parsley stems if I'm not using them or if Jordan doesn't eat them. So all of this good stuff that can also go into the compost, but I'd rather use it to make the veggie stock. So what you're going to do next is I generally like to add about 4 quarts of water. So now, setting up for the first quart, what we do is I like to kind of try to brown it a little, or just heat it up a little, and kind of get like the aromas going before adding the water. So I'll put it on high to medium high, and then just let it start cooking, and then that's when I start filling up my water. So as you can see, they're starting to sizzle a little. So I like to kind of just move it around, try to start getting it to heat up. And what I'll do is, you can add bay leaf, you can add any herbs and spices that you want. You can throw some mushrooms in here if you like. Basically, it's whatever you want, whatever you have on hand. I've known people to throw beets in, the beet end, so their stock is a little red, but it's still going to be good. So you just keep this going until everything is kind of a little wilty and melty, and you're getting that nice smell. So basically here we're getting the nice, good, not browning, but like a good little sauteing here. It's just a water saute, and it's the water from the frozen veggies coming off. Smells really nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my 4 quarts, and there's 4 cups in a quart, so if you have a smaller measuring cup, you're going to put in 16 cups of water. 1. Okay, so let's check to see. We should be at a good boil, and we are. Oh, and it's starting to actually smell really, really good. So as you can see, it's got like a brownish color to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid back on, and I'm going to let it simmer for about 45 minutes. Put it low and set your timer. Okay. So we've been on a simmer for about 45 minutes. According to a timer, we have about 7 seconds left. And so basically I'm just going to go lower this. And there we go. Okay, great. And so you want to come over and take a look. Very hot, but it's got a beautiful color. It smells amazing. And so now it's basically just getting it out. So this is where you'll need your sieve and your bowl, and actually some gloves. So what I generally like to do is take the veggies and put them back in here. Just as like a garbage bowl. Well, they'll go into compost. They won't go into the trash. But it just makes it a little easier to manage them once you've poured it out. So we have our sieve. We have our veggies. And if you notice, there's like a little bit of oil on top. I didn't add any oil, but what I've done is when I roast veggies, when I roast garlic, when I roast onions, I keep the peels on. So I peel them after they're roasted. I just like the way they come out better that way. So there is a little bit of oil here just from that. So now, carefully, because this is hot, you just start pouring through. And I don't think you're going to get the full 4 quarts back. But you will get a decent amount. And then from there, you can just put it in your jars. And that's it. We've just made veggie stock. Very simple. All you need are a pot, the sieve, the bowl. Just use your frozen ends and keep them in the freezer. And as you're making your meals, you could just put them aside. And when you're finished, put them in the freezer. And when your packed containers are full, then that's time to make more stock. Or if you've run out of stock and you only have maybe something half full, then just make a little bit of stock. Maybe use 2 quarts instead of the 4. I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed our first installment of Easy Cooking. Thank you, and have a good day. What we're doing here is I'm going to fill up a jar. Now, you want to not fill it up to the top because this is going to expand. So you want to leave it about 2-3 fingers from the top and let it cool before you put it into the freezer. Because we've had jars break because we've overfilled them. So you want to leave at least 3 fingers, wait till it cools, and then you can put it in the freezer.